All right, guys, we are back. Our first semi-final action match of the day. Corey Deuel and Chris Melling. Stephen Wyatt and Cleve Thompson here with you. Cleve, you're back. You came to sweat the action, yeah? And, oh, you got to flip it around. 1 second. Hold on.
Mike duties, yeah. Yeah, I'm back just to watch some of the action. That was a nice break from Corey. He straight down the middle, and the cue ball just sort of parked up literally in the breaking area. So it was a very brilliant controlled cue ball on the break there, which obviously gives him options and looks like a run out here.
Yeah, this is interesting. So our final four here, Chris Melling, Corey Deuel, and Billy Thorpe, Tyler Steyer. Out of that matchup, you really have a really big dynamic of playing styles.
Yeah.
Billy plays a little looser and a little bit carefree, but he plays it very well. Tyler, a very structured style of play. Corey, I think you see that structure, and Chris, again, is kind of that free form, nice and smooth style. So there's a chance that all kinds of stuff can happen. I'd love to see just a very competitive finals. That's what counts for me.
So is he going to bump into the four? Is he going to... Yeah, he just bumped into the four.
He didn't help his 8-ball situation there, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal for him.
No, I mean, he might, when he takes the red 11, is that the right number?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he might come up on the inside of the... on the left-hand side, or to play the 8 in there. Oh, okay, that's a clever shot. Just move the 4 out of the way. That's a very, very good awareness there.
Yeah. Good understanding of your surroundings and what your issues are.
Yeah.
Well, and this might be the fastest rack I've seen Corey take down. Just over the 2-minute mark here as he gets down on the 8-ball. And we're off to the races. 1-0, Corey Deuel.
I've not seen a snooker table in the United States before. I'd love to see one to see how it's built and how the pods are cut. Also, Chris is doing cut breaks. Okay, so he's made a few balls down. 1, 2, 3. He's made three. Two solids and 2 stripes, so he made 4 balls with the break there.
It's a big break there.
Yeah, and that was a cut break, so
and he's not too pleased with the outcome of what he has available to him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think the 7-ball passes into the center, passes the 8-ball into the center, into the side pocket. So he's going to take this long 4, I believe. No, it looks like he's playing a combination shot.
Not the easiest combination there is, but
he's opened it up nicely.
He's got everything for a reason.
Yeah, he's got everything in play. So it looks like the 3 ball will be last. He's just got to make sure he gets on the straight side of the 3 ball when he finishes up his routine. He may opt to the 1 and the 4's just a little bit smelly.
Yeah, this is a very interesting layout, and he's already used his extension, so had to kind of make a decision there. I wonder if he may try and make this 5 and just squeeze in between.
I think he's going to just rest on the 1 ball, just literally rest on it. Oh, I think his running does that 4-ball pass. I don't think it does.
If it does, it's very, very tight. I actually, from here, I like the 4 up and the 1 up into the right corner if you're going to play something like that.
Okay.
But I think he can see it to the left.
And he's used his extension, like he said, so he ain't got time to think about it.
He's sitting around 10 seconds right now.
He's fired it in.
Chris Melling doing Chris Melling things. And pretty quick work here from Chris. Not the easiest rack to run out.
No. I mean, I think again, this is contrast of style. You know, I think Corey's going to be a lot more tidier in his.
And we're going to crown a ladies champion. It's going to be Tiffany Brock and Michelle McDermott in the finals of the ladies event. And then we'll be back immediately after that with our final to crown our Louisiana Open champion. It's all coming your way later tonight. And we're going to go back to back to back. No stopping now. 2 more champions to crown. We crowned our junior champion earlier. In an absolutely heartbreaking moment, Jaden Holt defeated Braden. And that was a wild match. Were you able to watch any of that?
No, I've not seen any of that.
Oh, it came down to the wire. And an unfortunate, untimely, intentional foul. Unfortunately, just a crazy situation. The time clock was down to 15 seconds, and it was hill, and it was just a wild situation.
So you played an intentional foul on the other rule sets. That's okay, or
yeah. So right. in normal American pool, it was kind of a crazy situation. The 8 and the 2 were lined up to the pocket, and he was solids, and so he can't tap his 2 ball without making the 8. And the time was running, and I believe, I don't want to get it wrong, but I believe the young man is somewhere in the range of 12 to 13 years old. He just didn't know what to do, so he played an intentional foul to his opponent's ball.
And lost a frame.
And lost a frame in international 8-ball rules. Very heartbreaking, but congratulations to both of them. I am a fan of both of those young men now, so I'll be keeping an eye on them, and I can't wait to see them show up at other Ultimate Pool events. But meanwhile, Corey has really stuck himself here.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the drama of the 15-second shot clock when it gets down to it.
Yeah, when
it creates all kinds of situations that you're not used to. So unfortunate situation there, but I know for a fact the young man is very pleased with his performance, and he knows now that
that'll put him in good shape. Sometimes you need a real sort of
like a wake up, a learning experience.
Learning. So sometimes even a bad loss like that, a dramatic loss like that, it actually sets you up for the future. You know.
Yeah. Look at that combo.
Yeah, Chris is very good at combos and spotting. He's just so good, and that's not me. That is nothing to do with a UK standpoint by all means necessary. I do. From what I've seen, I do have my favorite, not my favorite, who I believe is going to win in a quartet. Not quartet, sorry, in the foursome, shall I say? Oh, quartet, yeah, I was right.
Yeah,
first right.
Same thing.
Yeah. You know, this game is a love. I think both semi-finals are going to be a contrast of styles.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, both matches can go to any of the 4 players. I mean, we have literally several combinations of a final we could have because all of these guys are playing well enough to get there. And, you know, Tyler and Billy might be breaking the best I've ever seen in this tournament. And, of course, the firepower of Chris and the steadiness of Corey. Corey's only loss to Shane Thompson came in a real back-and-forth victory where Shane Thompson,
that's a lovely shot there,
just played absolutely phenomenal to send Corey to the B-side. Corey quick to come back and join the losers qualification, and now he's here in the Final Four playing Chris Melling.
You know, so we're back to Chris's breaks, doing a cut break again. He's hit that 2 ball, the second ball down, really well. These will be gone.
8 balls in a kind of a tricky spot. You have, whether you take solids or stripes, you have to take the 10 or the 5 last.
Yeah, definitely correct.
I think I like the stripes here only because the 1 is not near as accessible as the 13 is.
Well, yeah, the only thing about it, I think both stripes don't go into the corner. Sorry, both balls in the top right, so the 1 and the 13. I don't think they're both available into the top right corner. I think they're kind of like blocking each other's way, so I think he has to play a developing shot at some point.
Yeah, and looks like Chris has that in mind because he's going to play the 6 ball here. I think he's trying to set up for, again, like you said, that developing shot, trying to break that ball out. And he's got the 4 ball here in the side, just going to skim past the 2 ball. And I think this actually sets him up nicely on the 7.
Yeah, so if he can just break if he can just break into the 13, just nudge it. He wants to touch the 13, not the 1. That's perfect.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Now he's got the 3, and if he can control the cue ball well enough, he'll have the 7 ball afterwards. I think he's at such a tough angle he may have to travel a little further than he wanted to, but Chris's cue ball control is, oh, he can see the 7 now.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to take the 5 ball now. Probably either or either. You know, it depends how he gets shape on either the 3 ball or the 1 ball. I think he's got options here.
I think going from the 1 to the 3 is a little easier.
Yeah.
Don't have to do as much.
Yeah.
And it's literally just stop shot, 8 ball in the corner, give himself a 2-1 lead. I'm sorry, a 3-1 lead against Corey here.
Yeah, everything about this finish here was all about the break into the break out, or the bump. We say cannon in the UK, into the 13 ball, and you know he just lightly touched it, so it just goes out of the way, rests on the top rail.
We'll have to do some more of those. Yeah. Is he gonna get the 14? No. Oh, this is tough for Corey.
Yeah, he doesn't have as much power as Chris does in his breaks. It seems. And this, you know, I like the way he controls the cue ball on his breaks, but he compensates that with a lack of power. So he's come up dry here, and that's something that you don't really want to do with Chris. So Chris is taking spots here, something that I don't think I would have done, but sorry, solids, not spots.
We were just talking about the terminology of spots. Yeah, and he didn't end up great here. He's really in a little bit of an odd situation because of where the 6 and 7 is.
Yeah, I think he's got to try and go into the 1 ball now. I think he's going to play tactically and try and play a pass a turn. Oh, he might get a combo here.
The 1 into the 10 to the 6?
Yeah, he might get a combo here. And the 10 will break out the 13.
And the 10 ball moves the 7.
The 7 or the 13, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this will be interesting.
Oh, he's playing it off the 1. Okay.
Off the 1?
Off the 1, yeah.
Oh, man, that would have been a really phenomenal shot.
Yeah. And that's the vision that Chris has. He sees shots that a lot of people just don't see.
So our version of Chris would be Tony Chohan.
Tony Chohan, okay.
Because especially in the game of 1 pocket, he can see the reactions 3, 4, 5 balls around.
Right.
And he's just really good at being creative like that. So as far as that creativity and that ability to see the carom off of 1 ball into a combo that plays another ball, that's definitely a Tony Chohan characteristic.
And not just making the actual pot itself, but actually where the balls are going to lie afterwards.
Yeah. Moving balls into shape, and even getting cue ball shape too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much to take in when you're doing those kind of shots, like combination shots, where you know, people will just think about the execution part of it, but not the actual result after the shot. So
well, look at this. Corey played this really well so far, and Chris going to be looking back at that one and thinking, I really should have made that combination.
So he's going to take the what's going to be the 11 ball last after this 14. Nope, 14. That's correct.
14.
Yep. He's okay. He's okay. Just slip past the 2 ball. Also make sure that he's not resting on the side rail. Needs a little bounce. That's perfect.
There you go. Get that little bit of angle.
Yeah.
And Corey really being pretty precise here.
Yeah, I've noticed with Corey with his action. I mean, I've only seen Corey from the yesteryears, so I've not seen him of late. But he has kind of like a flicky action with his wrist. Like it's quite flicky. It's not, although like it's a stroke. It's not like a firm stroke. It's kind of like he flicks his stroke in, sort of thing. Up and welly or something like that. They called it like an up and welly motion. So it's almost like you're picking up something from a welly. What do you call it? Like a water welly sort of thing.
Like a water well?
No, a watermill, yeah, sort of thing. Like it's like I call it a conveyor belt. So it kind of goes up
like
and down.
I know what you're talking about. Like you're turning the thing to bring the water out.
That's
of the
it.
well.
Yeah, I can't think of the name now.
But yeah, he's got. So I call it kind of the wheelbarrow.
Right. Yeah.
Which I don't know why I call it that, but it's got that up and down motion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players who have, like Chris. Chris has the very distinct slow drawback, good pause, and then the smoothest follow through I've ever seen.
And that's all snooker. What you'll find is most snooker players, if not all, has what we call is a few feathers, stop. So a pause at the front, a slow draw back, and then a pause at the back, and then accelerate through with a nice transition. Now, believe it or not, for the snooker fans out there, you know, people say that Ronnie O'Sullivan's got the best snooker cue action. He actually has like that conveyor belt action. It's quite minimal, so he actually has no pause at the back. He just slows it down at the back and then dips his shoulder and go through.
When you talk about snooker players, you talk about like Hendry. Hendry has that little bit of it's like a zing or something. I don't even know what to call it, but he has that little bit of a weird motion there. But I mean, he's one of the best in the world.
Yeah. So. I mean, you know, he's a former 7 times champion, Hendry. Ronnie's matched him. So, but back to the action here on the pool table, and Chris is going to draw this back now, I think. Oh, nope, he's going to. It's just stun out, shall I say. I didn't know what kind of angle he had, to be fair.
Yeah, it's a big power stun right there.
Yeah.
You hit that ball hard and get the cue ball to just come out off the rail.
And that's what Chris's cue action allows him to do. You know, it's got that nice acceleration drive that he can just get action on the cue ball.
Yeah.
Very, very long, you know. His bridge hand is really far away from the cue ball on all shots. Even on slow shots, what you kind of tend to find is that on a slow shot, you kind of bring your bridge hand forward a little bit. He's just like tons of steel, plays the right shots, makes them, whatever not. You have to respect Shane Van Bonen. You know, obviously, people, you know, the history will say FN. Reyes, but
out of the players that are here that you've got to meet and kind of see how they play, who's your favorite?
From what I've seen this weekend, although I've not spoken to the player, it's Billy Thorpe.
Billy Thorpe, yeah.
Yeah.
Big fan favorite.
Every
USA.
And I think it's gonna be hard to stop, if I got to be honest. From what I've seen this weekend,
his break has been really phenomenal. Of course, Tyler, one of those that he's just so consistently great.
Yeah.
And I say that not loosely, consistently great. Because I mean, he does everything very well.
Yeah, I think when you're consistent, it will get you more deeper into the tournaments most of the time. You know what I mean? And then what happens after the semi-finals is, you know, need an element of luck, and you know, element of good stroke and all that, you know, and I find Tyler's not gonna. He's not very exposed. He doesn't expose himself to being beaten by someone maybe a little bit less than him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he plays the same way against you, me, his wife.
Yeah, anybody.
You know,
he wants to win. I've spoke to him before, and he says that, you know, when I spoke to him, he actually took me out for lunch on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
After the shootout, huh?
No, that was first day. Yeah, Friday. Yeah,
After the shootout.
Yeah, after the shootout. Yeah, just off the cuff really, and we was talking, and he's very big into his nutrition.
Yeah.
He follows a certain diet, and you know, me being a bigger person, trust me, you know, the history of the game will tell you that you need to be fit playing this game.
Yeah,
whether it's a challenge match, or whether it's a tournament, a one-day tournament, a weekend tournament, you need to be fit. You need to have endurance to manage yourself round after round, etc., etc. And evidently, if you look at the great players, or the greatest of players in all cue sports, it'll kind of show you that.
Yeah.
You know,
the biggest thing is, I think people have to understand that even though you guys aren't wearing pads or helmets or anything, this is a sport.
Yeah.
And it does take a level of mental and physical exertion out of you. So I mean, yeah, being somewhat fit, or having an idea about how you eat, especially when you're playing. The question I always ask, and sorry guys, I know we're kind of drifting off. Chris Melling here on the 8-ball.
Yeah, he's done a tidy finish there. The shot, not the last shot, the shot before, where he just slipped past the 5-ball, played the top spin with left hand side.
But it also doesn't make me feel sluggish and tired.
Yeah.
So.
And what you don't want peaks of
don't want pizza. You really don't want burgers or anything super greasy.
And you don't want to spike yourself either. Like what I mean by that is have a rush of sugar or glucose, and then you drop. You know, so Chris there with the break. He's made a ball,
and it is 5-2.
I think he'll go solids here. Just needs to. Well, I mean, I believe that he will probably play the 2, then the 3. 4, swing out for the 6, then 5 or 7, and 8-ball last. Okay, maybe another way in. I would have rolled forward and take the 3 into the left hand side, but either or either is going to be okay.
Yeah, that 7-5, I think he wants to get a better angle on one of those balls.
So
yeah, there it is. Yeah. I think he can play probably the 7-ball, and then roll forward for the 3 in the side. Oh, he's just going to pull over.
Okay, so it looks like he's going to, so he's going to play the 3-ball next, I think. I don't know what kind of angle.
He's going to play the 6 and then the 5, roll up for the 3, I would think, maybe. Yeah. And that's probably the easiest pattern to get to the 8-ball.
Yeah, I mean, he could. Yeah, I mean, he could have played. You know, if he got rid of the 3 earlier, then he could have played the 5 or the 7 as the last ball to, you know, and get to the 8-ball. Because the 8-ball goes in all corners, I believe, all pockets.
Yeah, and he's gonna get a little bit more angle than he really wanted on this.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's okay. The ball is makeable, and the 8-ball has 2 different pockets it can go in, so if he overrolls one, he can shoot to the other. And now, up 6-2 against Corey Deuel. Corey had a fantastic tournament so far, not only breaking, but hoping that Chris makes a mistake on his break.
Oh, that's a strong break. That's a strong break. I mean, he's parked that cue ball absolutely, what we say in the UK, plumb, which means perfection, slang terms. Yeah, that's the kind of break we all want to see, where you know, you make a few balls and the white ball's not loose. It just jumps and skids and just parks up. But he's played a bit of a loose shot there.
Yeah, that's the oddest thing I've seen from Corey there is he kind of played it a little relaxed.
Yeah.
He didn't want to run into it, and he caught the edge. And now he's having to play a tough cut. It's a good shot. I think it threw his rhythm off a little bit.
So is he going to play the? I mean, I could be wrong here, but is he going to get a shape on the 7 ball? But he's kind of into the left corner, just with an angle to cannon into the brown. Excuse me, the
brown 7. So
the stripe, the brown 14. Is that correct?
Brown 15.
15. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. You're right. He didn't quite get the angle, so he's going to have to force it.
Yeah.
But I think he's just going to follow forward and try and. He might even try and bump the 8. Oh no, he was just able to control it.
Yeah,
that's a good shot.
Yeah.
Always better to not touch balls if you don't have to.
Correct. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's fine.
I was worried about that little kiss, maybe into the side pocket. That would be rough. Something my dad taught me when I was learning to play pool is anytime you miss a shot or do something stupid or whatever, you don't ever react, because you're giving your opponent the only thing that can never be full, and it's always free, and that's confidence.
Yeah.
So you're giving away free confidence when you react to shots or maybe, you kind of bump your cue on the ground.
Right, exactly.
You're just making your opponent feel better about their situation.
Well, that was a brilliant break. David watched the replay. He's crunched them, made the
5 ball. I think he made another one.
He made another ball, yeah. I'm not too sure what it was, but he's taken solace here, and these look very comfortably. These are, he's going to just drift down for the 2 ball, come across for shape on the 7 ball, and just be the 3 and the 6 ball for last. He might opt to take the 3 ball now, so he just clears the pathway. Yep, so he's going to take the 3 ball probably. No, he's having a second look. For me, it'll be the 3 ball, but I think he's just worried about the angle he has on the 3 ball. If he's that worried about it, he probably can just kind of pop it backwards, pop the white ball back, screw the white ball back towards the left-hand side of the table.
Yeah, just wants to avoid.
Yeah. No, so he's going to take the 7 ball now.
He's come up a little awkward on this one.
Yeah, he's going to fight the top corner. The other thing about it, he's going to have to kind of like dink it a little bit, but I don't think you can hold for the 7 ball properly, so he might have to go around the houses a little bit, or he might just...
So, yeah, I think he's going to cut right through the 3 ball to the corner, in between the 6 and the 8.
He's taking it to the side. And he's... Yeah, and for me, I think he should have taken the 3 ball earlier, draw back for the 7 ball.
Yeah, over here in the
corner, and then just swing around the 2 rails onto the 6 ball into the top left.
Yeah.
Top right, sorry. And he was worried about it, because you can see by his study of the patterns. But are we going to see Chris Melling do Chris Melling things again? Is this going to be a highlight reel shot?
When this is, I think ideally off the...
Oh, that's skidded. He misread that big time. So after the big break from Chris, which he had everything at his mercy, he's made an unforced error, and he's handed Corey the table, and Corey should be making the scoreline 6-4 with himself to break next to make it 6-5 if he can. Again, Corey's got he needs help from Chris in this situation, and he's got the first help.
Yeah, he got the first help. He's got to get at least one more, and then this is all on Corey here. He just simply has to, and he's shooting kind of fast.
Well, he's done a 15-second 6-ball shootout on the. Anybody wants to see the highlight reel on that one? Darren Appleton recorded it. 15 seconds, 6-ball shootout on one of the tables outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe out on the TikTok table?
No.
Or one of the other side tables?
Yeah, one of the side tables, yeah.
Wow.
TikTok, yeah, 15 seconds.
Well, that's crazy. 15 seconds, that's a great time there. And I don't think we're going to get a chance to see that 6-ball shootout with Corey and Chris here. There's over 22 minutes left on the clock. Corey needs a ball down.
No, he's dry. And again, Chris has got the balls at his mercy, so hopefully he'll put that error away.
And he's got a fielder's choice here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he takes. The 11 ball does pass the 2, and the 7 ball does pass the 13, so it's whatever he likes, really.
Well, I think I think if you're taking stripes, the 8 ball's going to be more readily available after clearing them up.
Yeah.
If you're taking solids, the 8 ball's just a bit, although it goes, it's just a bit sort of sniffy to one pocket maybe.
Yeah, I think Chris recognized that as
Yeah.
well, and then also the 3 and the 4 being a little close to each other
Yeah.
near that pocket
Yeah.
probably influenced his decision to take the stripes here. So I imagine he's going to shoot the 10 ball, and I would think that he wants to get at some point he wants to get on the 11 kind of early.
So it's just asking for the cue ball to be clean, and what will happen when the cue ball gets cleaned? There's no time stop.
Yeah, it's on your own time.
It's on your own time, yeah, and that's the same with getting the rest, or what you guys call the bridge.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So I think he's going to be taking the yes, that's what I thought. The
14 ball.
14 ball next. Take the
He actually might. He's looking at the 12 here.
Sorry, is that the purple? What's the purple? Sorry.
Yeah, 12.
12. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. So 12, vendor 9, vendor 13, and vendor 11 ball last.
So yeah, okay, yeah. So you're saying 9, 14,
14, sorry.
and 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to forgive me for my number combinations, because it's not something I'm used to.
I'm going to send you a graph of all the balls. That way you can work on them.
I mean, I know 1 to 9.
So
it's just the numbers after I've got to think about. I know they double up.
Well, the way I remember it is the red ball. So whatever the red ball is, plus 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus
so
8.
the 3 is red.
Red
Plus 8 is the 11.
Yeah. So Corey's just conceded before Chris pots the 8 ball.
Yeah, very quick match out there.
Yep.
Corey with a great tournament here. Chris Melling moves into the finals. He is your first finalist for the Louisiana Open.